First of all, I want to welcome you to back to Rascal's Crafts. Normally I do restorations, resin work, woodworking, that kind of stuff. But occasionally I like to do some cooking. Okay, I want some baby back ribs tonight. So that's what we're going to do. These are baby backs. They're pork, of course, and we're going to smoke them. This is probably one of the easiest recipes you'll ever see. You don't have to smoke these if you don't want to. These can be done in the oven. Just set your oven at 225 degrees and follow the same recipe. Okay, so here we go. The hardest part about doing baby back ribs, and that is trimming it. Okay, you want to not lose a lot of the fat that's on it, because that's where flavor is. But when you look at baby backs, you're going to see sometimes they'll have these little flaps on them. What'll happen is these will cook so fast that they'll dry out and they won't be all that great. So let's go ahead and trim those off. Okay, and you could probably figure out what to do with these, but I just toss them. Okay, so the tops all look great. Here is the hard part. We have to get rid of the silver skin. The silver skin is this membrane that is along the ribs. It never breaks down. If you leave it on there, it will be tough every time you go to chew it. So we're going to go ahead and take that membrane off. Easiest way. See if you can get a little bit of the membrane in your hand like that. Okay. Get it started. Most time you can get your fingers underneath there. And start working that membrane off of there. Okay, this is called the silver skin. Okay, so if you ever heard of anybody talk about silver skin, well, that's what this is. It is edible. It just makes things a little bit tougher. So I'm going to take off that silver skin. Now once you get it started, the easiest thing to do, because it's slippery, okay? So you get it started like that. Grab a piece of paper towel. Now this will help you keep a hold of it. See, as you can see, no meat is coming with this. It's just that membrane. Okay? You say this is the hardest part of this recipe. Once you get it started, it pretty much comes off easily. Just like that. Okay. Do it to the other one. This recipe I got is I found on a website called HeyGrillHey.com. Susie and her husband, they do all kinds of smoking and grilling, and they do desserts and seafood and pork and beef and chicken, and I mean, it's a great website. She will go step by step on how to do stuff. Recipes are all free, and one of the things I really like about it is they have their own products, you know, rubs and sauces and stuff like that, but she doesn't make you buy them. She will actually give you the recipes on the website. I like that because then I can go ahead and modify the recipe on how I like it. You know, you can play with adding salts. What kind of salt? Do you want to use sea salt? Do you want to use kosher salt? Iodized salt? What, you know, you have your choice of what kind of things you want to add to it. Come on. See, this, like I said, can be a pain in the neck. There it goes. Once you get it started, it's pretty good. Okay. Silver skin is off. Again, do a little trimming here. Get rid of the excess. Okay. Looks good, right? So, this recipe takes 6 hours. It's called 3, 2, 1. 3 hours on the smoker, uncovered, just sucking up all that smoke. The next stage is 2 hours. You wrap it in tin foil. Add, if you want, apple juice or some other kind of juice inside there, and helps it steam it, makes it nice and tender. Then the final hour, if you want to put a wet rub on it, stick it back in there. It'll caramelize the wet rub, okay? Or, you know, the sauce, the barbecue sauce, or whatever kind you want to use. So these are ready to go. Now we got to worry about the rub. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. Go wash my hands. Okay, basic rub for pork. I like it. It's basically the same between pork and beef. You start out with pepper, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, for a little bit of spice, I like using chili powder. I like a little bit of cumin and brown sugar. Okay, you know, this brown sugar is pretty hard, but that's because I vacuum pack it. Seems to keep longer, doesn't harden. Brown sugar. Now, here's the funny thing about brown sugar. If you don't use it all quickly, it will harden up, turn into clumps, and won't do you much good. Okay? So, only make as much as you think you're going to use within a short period of time. A month, 2 months. Okay? Now this is a sweet rub, because you can see with the brown sugar, The great thing about it is that you can also use this on chicken or poultry, okay? But you can doctor this up more. If you want to use chili powder instead of, or I'm sorry, cayenne pepper instead of chili powder, go ahead. If you want to add some other seasoning, Cajun seasoning, that'll give these ribs a whole new flavor profile. So it's up to you on how you want to make it if you make your own powders. If you don't want to make your own powder, again, you can go to the grocery store, grab what you want, and use theirs. Now, if you use a packaged rub, remember you're going to get preservatives and all this other stuff, anti-caking for the brown sugar. You're going to get all that happy stuff. So, get in here and just start covering. Use it liberally, okay? Don't forget the backside. After all, that's meat. Now you can see that I made a lot more than it's going to fit on these ribs. Okay, that's because I save it. I actually have a container for pork and chicken sweet rub. Look at that. Almost perfect amount to fill this back up. Okay, so now this is ready to go on the smoker. I am using, excuse me, apple wood in my smoker. And I've got it set at 225 degrees. Again, the first cook is for 3 hours. And then we come back and do the rest. Okay, 3 hours has gone by. Let's see here. They're looking pretty good, don't you think? Now what we have to do is we have to wrap them in tin foil. Some people will go ahead and wrap these in what's called peach paper, just like you do a brisket. What happens with peach paper is it allows the smoke to continue getting into the meat. You know, it just helps to keep the majority of the heat off of them and allows them to kind of like bake. I don't like using peach paper because I need to put apple juice in it. And of course the apple juice with peach paper will just pour right out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap these things, and I'm going to use tin foil. Okay. Again, bone side down. Now, I use a heavy-duty food service grade tinfoil. And I do that because it's wide enough to cover the whole thing. You have to be careful you don't puncture the paper, otherwise the apple juice will bleed out. Okay. Go ahead and take it, put it up on here. Take the good old apple juice. Pour it down inside. Now it doesn't take a lot. See, I used not very much at all. Okay, about 1/3 of a bottle. Close it up so the apple juice stays inside. Okay. In about 1/3 of a bottle, I'll drink the rest. Yum. Seal it up. Okay, so these are ready to go back on the smoker, and this time it's 2 hours. Okay, so I'll see you back in 2 hours. Okay, it has been 2 hours. So let's see what we've got to work with. Oh, I wish you could smell these. They do smell wonderful. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we open them up again, like so. Okay. Now, my wife, she likes dry rub. By far, dry rub, her favorite. I sometimes like a wet rub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some barbecue sauce to one of these. Okay, today I'm using KC Masterpiece Kettle Cooked Original Flavor. Okay. Now, once we're done doing this, I'm going to put them back in the smoker with the uncovered, just like they are. And that's going to allow this sauce to thicken and crystallize and be all yummy, yummy, yummy. Okay. Yeah, looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's good. Back to the smoker. One more hour. Hello again. Okay, here they are. Dry rub, wet rub. Now, I should say dry and sauced. You can see that they're done because they're pulling away from the bones. And now the best thing to do would be to slice them. So, let's go ahead and start doing that. I'm going to go ahead and start with the wet. I want to lick my fingers so bad. Okay, let's take a look at one of these. Look at that beautiful smoke ring all the way around it. Nice and juicy. Oh yeah, these are going to be good. Yes, right. Sorry. Yep, that's good. That's good, good, good. These are great ribs, I'll tell you that right now. Again, for the dry rub, look how juicy that is. Oh yes. Me, my wife, and son are going to eat well tonight. So, again, remember I got this recipe from Hay Grill Hay. Please visit that website. They do a great job of making delicious food easy. Okay, so again, it's Hay Grill Hay, and please come back to Rascal Flatts. Maybe see some of my other videos. And enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.